So before you start surfing through Zillow or surfing online, trying to see if you can buy a home, or you're looking at houses, you're going out to open houses every weekend, and you really don't really know what the process is or where to start. So I'm here to tell you that the first thing that you're going to want to do, you're not going to want to talk to a realtor. Maybe not quite ready to talk to a realtor, and you're not quite ready to talk to a lender. Okay, you don't want your credit to be pulled. You don't want to go through that whole process of getting all these questions asked of you. Okay, so I'm here to tell you that you don't have to do none of that. Okay, so put down your phone, stop surfing through Zillow, trying to see every home out there. Okay, and let's actually go through a little buyer's onboarding, or a home buyer's process. But we're going to go through the process of actually seeing if it even makes sense financially for you to even start the home buying process, or even start talking to a realtor or a lender. Okay, because what's the first thing that you need to know before you even start surfing Zillow or the internet, okay, to see houses, is to see if you are financially ready to be able to buy a home. So that's what we're going to be going over in this video. Are you financially ready? Do you know your income? Do you know how much you owe, and with all of your bills, all of your debts, everything that you pay? Do you actually really know what your credit score is? Do you know anything? Okay, so this is the first step before you talk to a lender, before you talk to a realtor. Okay, is actually seeing if you can even think about buying a home. Okay, so we're going to be going through a little buyer's onboarding that I like to do before we even sit down and talk to a lender. Okay, if you don't know me, my name's Angelica Bonilla with Excellence Real Estate, and I'm here to guide you through the process of buying your home and getting you closed with confidence. So that's what this video is going to be all about. We're going to go over a couple of steps that you need to do before you even talk to a realtor or a lender. Okay, so I hope that you find this video very informative and helpful, so that you can get started and seeing if you're even financially ready to buy a home. Let's get into it. Angelica Bonilla here. I'm a real estate agent, but I'm actually going to guide you through the first steps of finding out if you're financially ready to buy a home. Okay, so let's get started. So first off, if you speak Spanish and you're needing this presentation in Spanish, you're in luck, because we do speak Spanish. Okay, so if you're needing to get this translated or go over this presentation with you in Spanish, we can definitely do that. Okay, I'm available. Okay, so welcome to your home buying journey with the Bonilla Group. Okay, so I'm thrilled that you've chosen to even see this video. Okay, so that way you can get a better understanding if you're even financially ready to start the home buying process. With this video, what I want to accomplish is for you to see all of the steps that you need to do before you even talk to a lender or a realtor. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to do is actually I'm pretty sure you have a Google account. Okay, so the first thing I want you to do is open a Google Doc, and I want you to name it, or a Google folder in your Google Docs, and I want you to name it Getting Ready to Buy My Home. Okay, so that way you have everything in order, and that way it's going to be a clearer and more easier way for you to do things. Okay, because I find it when something's more complicated, you tend to not even start. Okay, so if you're able to make it as simple and not complicated as you can, because there's a lot of stuff that you're going to need to do to see if you can even buy a home. Okay, so that's where I want you to start. Okay, so go ahead, uh, do a go to your Google Docs, name your folder, Getting Ready to Buy My Home. And so our goal is to give you a clear understanding of what your current financial situation is, okay, including what's your income, your expenses, and your savings. So that's what our goal is going to be with this full video. Okay, we're going to be going over these steps with you and just seeing if you're financially prepared or ready to buy your home. Okay, I want you to see us maybe as a guide. Okay, see us as your mentors, as your team. Okay, because everybody's going to need a team, especially when you're buying a home. Okay, it's a simple process, but there's a lot of steps involved with getting you ready to see if you can even start the home buying process. Okay. So, like I mentioned, my name's Angelica Bonilla. So, I'm going to be your onboarding specialist. I'm going to be the one that's going to guide you through the process of even when we're done with seeing if you're financially ready. I'm the one that's going to be guiding you through the 90-day process of then going, what's the next step? Okay. And Laura Bonilla is the buyer specialist. She's going to be the one showing you the properties, the homes. That's if you feel that you are financially ready to even move forward and buy a home. Okay, so let's take a look. What's the first thing that I think you should be writing down in your Google Doc? Okay, you're going to want to take a look and see what's your income. Okay, so you're going to put down how much you make per month, per year. Okay. You're going to write down if you have a business, maybe you have a side business that you make money from. You're going to want to put down how much money you make from your business. And third, do you have like a side job? Maybe you do Uber or you do something else or you do YouTube. Any side job that you might have, you're going to want to put, or a part time job, you're going to want to also put how much you make from that job. Okay. So you're going to want to collect all of the information of how much money you actually make. What's your income? Okay. So this is where you're going to write down how much income you make from any source, okay, that you work from and you get paid. Okay, so write down the amount of your income right here, okay? And you're also, do you have a 401k? Okay, write down if you do have a 401k, how much do you have in your 401k? I'll let you know why you're going to need that too, okay? So just write that down. So now, what are your expenses? Now, this is going to be a little bit more detailed of you really going in there and actually being honest. How much do you pay for Netflix, Amazon? Okay, how much do you pay for your car payment? Okay, do you have two car payments, or do you have a car payment that you pay and then your uncle pays for the other car? I mean, all of that, uh, everything needs to be written down. That way you can actually see uh, what you really owe. Okay. Also, write down all of your monthly credit card payments. You're going to have to put all of your monthly credit card payments into your expenses as well. Okay. So that way you get a better understanding to what you're really paying out and what you're actually keeping of the money that you make, right? So that's why it's called expenses. Okay, so you're going to write down the amount after you're done writing down all of your expenses in your Google Doc. You're going to write down your amount right here so that way you can have a better, clear understanding of what your expenses really are. Now you're going to write down how much do you pay in rent. So if you're renting right now, how much do you pay in rent? Write that amount down so that way you also can have a clear understanding of where your money goes, right? Because that's an expense. Okay, how much money do you have in your savings account? Okay, so when you're buying a home, you're going to have to put some kind of funds or some kind of money in your savings. So how much money do you have in your savings? You can go ahead and write it here. You're going to need that later, okay? Now, when you're trying to buy a home, what's the most important thing? Okay, the most important thing is that you're going to want to calculate your budget. So let's calculate your budget for home ownership. So how are you going to come up with this budget? So first I want you to put down a number of maybe homes that I'm pretty sure you've already been seeing homes online, of homes, like what they cost, of homes that you like. Okay, so just put down a number of a home that you like, okay? Just so you can get an idea. So when you really do get pre-qualified, I want you to see that what that house cost and what you really are going to be qualified for. Okay, so I want you to do a little exercise with me. Okay, so we're going to do a rough estimate of an affordable price, okay, for a home. So I want you to multiply your annual gross income, okay, so that's what you earn before taxes, and you're going to multiply it by 2.5. And then whatever's left, that's how much you can comfortably afford in a home, okay? So put down that number, whatever number you had left over after you did your you saw how much your income is, and then you multiplied it by 2.5. Put in that number here so that way you can see what you really can afford in a home. Now, second, I want you to see what can you really afford to pay, like in rent. What do you feel like? Let's say you're paying $1,800. Okay, what can you really afford that's comfortable for you in paying for rent? Okay, so put down that number here. Okay, put down a number that you feel comfortable in paying for rent. Now, third is going to be, do you have your own down payment? Okay, do you have your own money saved in order to buy your home? So I want you to put, if you have your own down payment, how much money do you have for your down payment? I want you to add it, write it down right here, okay? And four, do you need a gift letter for your down payment? So let's say, what's a gift letter? Okay, so a gift letter is saying maybe your parents or your brother or your aunt is going to probably give you your down payment as a gift, okay? And that's why it's called a gift letter, okay? So they're going to have to give you a letter kind of stating that they are going to give you the funds for your down payment. So that's a gift letter, okay? So this is how you can actually calculate and see what your budget's going to be for home ownership. Okay, so this is really easy and simple. So write down those numbers here and on your Google Doc, and that way you can have it there too, okay? Now let's see the next step. I get always a lot of questions. What's a cosigner? Are you going to need a cosigner? Okay, so a cosigner is somebody that's going to help you either qualify for a higher loan amount or help you qualify for a better loan terms, or you just need a cosigner because you can't qualify for a home that you're wanting to buy, so you just need a little bit more to qualify. So that's why you're going to bring in a cosigner. But I want you to really keep in mind that a co-signer is going to be somebody that owns the home with you. So you actually need to be careful to see who you're going to ask to be your co-signer. Okay, so let's take a look. So a co-signer can help you qualify for more money to buy a home. They can also help you get a better loan terms, like I mentioned. A co-signer will own the home with you, like I mentioned too, and have somebody that you trust to be your co-signer. Okay, so that's a co-signer. Okay, it's gonna be you're gonna be using somebody's income so that you can qualify for a loan. Okay, so if you have any other questions, you can go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Okay. Okay, so how much is your down payment going to be? Okay, so if you're going to buy a $400,000 home, let's just say that's just an example, and you're using an FHA loan and your down payment's 3.5% down, you're going to need $14,000 for your down payment. Now, let's say you're going to use a conventional loan and you're going to put 5% down. You're going to need $20,000. Okay, this is if you're buying a $400,000 house. Okay, so those are examples of a down payment. Okay, so they're going to range from 3.5%, 5%, 10%, 20%. Okay, it all depends the loan that you're going to choose to go with and use. Now, let's keep going. I want you to also ask yourself if you've done your taxes. Okay, because this is another big thing that a lot of people, they're interested in buying a home, but then they haven't filed their taxes or they owe money to their IRS. Okay, you're going to have to pay off your debt to the IRS before you can even consider buying a home. Okay, and we're going to need 2 years of tax history and work history. Okay, so yes, you're going to have your taxes already ready to go. You've done your taxes. You have the copy of your taxes. Okay, just make sure that you have and you did do your taxes. Okay, for if you're getting ready to buy a house, just make sure that you've done your taxes. Okay, so that's a very important step when seeing if you can buy a home. Okay, so let's keep going, guys. I hope that you're enjoying this journey to see if you're financially ready to buy a home. Okay, so it's pretty easy. Okay, so I want to go over what you're going to be doing this week. Okay, I want you to take a week to really deep dive. Okay, and see if you can really qualify for a home loan or if it even makes sense for you to even buy a home. Okay, so if we see your week schedule, this is how it's going to look. Two, I want you to fill out and complete your income and your expenses. So that's going to be day 1 and 2. Day 3 and 4, I want you to continue working on your worksheets and your Google Docs and see, fill out your budget. Okay, find out what you really can afford, like check to see how much you can really afford in a home. Okay, so you're going to get all of that ready day 3 and 4. And then day 5, I want you to, if you don't have your own down payment, or if you need a co-signer on day 5, I want you to start just seeing if you do have that option to ask somebody to be a co-signer for you, and see if you don't have your own down payment, to see if there's somebody that's can give you your down payment or help you with your down payment. Okay, so that's what you're going to do on day 5. Okay, I know there's just a lot to do, but that's why I want you to take a week to kind of go back and forth with the numbers, see all of this information, get everything ready. Okay, take some time to really see if you are financially ready to even start what to expect during your first week. Okay, and this is exactly what you're going to expect. Okay, we just went over everything together. Okay, number 1, it's going to be take the time to really understand what's your income and your expenses. Number 2 is find out if you're really financially ready to buy a home. And number 3 is get your plan in place to become a homeowner. Okay, so by the end of the week, we're going to go ahead and we can check in with you and see how you're doing. I'm going to ask you, I'm going to give you a call and I'm going to ask you. So do you think you're financially ready to buy a home? Okay. Have you completed your worksheets? Do you have a clear understanding of your home options? Okay. Do you have any questions for us? So if you have anything that you might want more details in or need more information, write down your questions. Because when we do call you, I want you to feel comfortable to ask me all of your questions that you need to be answered. Okay. And then I want you to see if you're going to want us, the Bonilla Group, to help you buy your home, right? Or get you to the next step. Now, what's the next step after you see if you are financially ready to buy a home, right? Okay, so, and then we're going to see if you're ready to start the next phase, which is the 90-day plan of home ownership. And that video is coming as well. Okay, so what you're going to need to get ready, okay? So, of course, you're going to have your Google Doc ready and set up. Okay, you're going to put your worksheets and all of your expenses, your income, just all of your information. Make sure it's in your Google Docs. I'm going to give you a list of documents that you need to provide to a lender. You're going to have your co-signer ready. Okay, you're going to now, and then we're going to set up your home search for you. Okay, we're going to make sure that your gift letter and your down payment is figured out and ready to go. We're going to check your credit score, and then we're going to get you talking to a lender. Okay, so I hope that all of this information, I hope that I was able to give you all of this information as easy as possible, okay? Because I know sometimes I want to give you so much information, and I feel like I miss certain things sometimes. So I hope I didn't miss anything, but if you do need me to answer something, go ahead and give me a comment down below, and I'll go ahead and see if I can answer any of your questions. Okay? So I hope that this plan is going to guide you in a way that for you to find out if you are really financially ready to buy a home. Being a homeowner is a big step. Okay, there's a lot of expenses. There's a lot of things that can happen when you own your home. A lot of unexpected things can happen, right? And that's why it's so important to just really take the time and see if it even makes sense for you. If it doesn't make sense for you financially, or you don't think that you're ready, it's okay to, this is even okay just so that you can get ready. Let's say you want to buy in a year, in 2 years. It's okay. You're seeing what you need to do to actually buy a home. Okay. Because maybe you have the credit, but you don't have your down payment. Or maybe you do have a co-signer and you do have somebody that can help you with your down payment, but you don't make enough money. Okay. There's just a lot of different scenarios for you to consider. Okay. So I hope that we've covered an easy way to see if you're financially ready to be a homeowner. Like always, Angelica Bonilla here with Excellence Real Estate and the HD and the Bonilla Group. Thank you guys so much for watching. Bye-bye.